Alright, more strands. Let's see, we need to visit the area we discovered. Yeah, I can't talk to her. Let's check in with everybody.
The advanced towers seem extra durable. I'd recommend leaving them for last if you can. Keep them at bay with frost or kinetics. So, what was it like? Exploring Denevron.
It felt like stepping back in time. Even though it was abandoned, I can imagine what it must have been. Filled with weavers living among arcs, magic, and rare goods. It must have been spectacular.
I wish I could be there myself.
You'll be back out there soon enough. How's the wing feeling these days?
Oh, getting better all the time. Don't worry about me.
I feel like that was a lie.
After the surge, no one was even sure that anyone inside the Veil survived. Yet, clearly, they've been here in dire straits this entire time. Why didn't they lower the Veil to seek help? Surely a few broken arcs isn't what stopped them.
Everything I found in the Bastion suggests the Enclave leadership was fractured after the surge. Maybe the simple truth is they were in over their heads.
I hate to think the Enclave fell so far from what it once was. What if... Never mind. It's silly.
Can't help but wonder what life might have been like if they'd lowered the veil.
Not just for them. No matter who you were or after the surge, Weavers didn't just lose the Not that I need to tell you that. The Veil served as a constant reminder that magic was the source of all the world's problems. A convenient scapegoat for every failed leader. And the Hearthsiders just left it there.
So we need to find...
It's quite a thing, being
disorienting. But better...
I'll only ever use it when I'm sure it's needed.
How come you never hear about scries being used by military?
Rarity and expertise. Scries are Enclave enchantments, and when the Veil closed, supplies ceased. On top of that, it takes someone with exceptional control and stamina when channeling magic to use one for any length of time.
Got it. That's why points become watchers. How exactly does it operate?
Similar to a loom gate, but much more focused. I maintain a constant flow of magic into the scry, and it connects to you.
Letting you see the area around me.
In an emergency, I can, I guess yank is the best term, on that connection.
It's really nice. You're like the guardian spirits from the stories every Khan hit.
Well, I don't know about...
Compared to my last band,
I'm not as glad as I am that the loom gates seem to it. Just don't take it as a license to be reckless.
One moment, Brynn. I just stir twice clockwise. Good. Now, I was after... more...
No, I'm still on it. I know we chatted before, but...
Well, I came... Oh, there's more to my family. I'm my father's... I was fairly close to two of them. The firstborn is 12 years older than me and...
Was that hard on you?
It was normal to be in that situation, I'd say. By the time I was old enough to hold a conversation, he was already playing the political game. Took after my mother. Hold on, I need to do. Investigate why Solar keeps borrowing...
Big list of tasks.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Well, How about I...
That would be great. Knocking out, watch your step out there.
Will do.
Don't forget to block. Always refreshing to work with carved materials.
I just need new leg armor. Oh, there we go.
Where am I? Underground.
That barrier almost looks like the Veil.
And the panel looks like our sky. Anyone know what it is?
No idea.
Similar design to a scry, but it looks like it's a permanent installation. Like it interfaces with the room. Could this be the harness?
Must be. It seems like Asylum involved sealing away whatever's beyond this barrier.
With this discovery and everything else you found, I should be able to piece together what Asylum actually was.
And I'm back.
Years after the surge, there was an inexplicable spike in casualties.
You don't think it's due to the arcs going hostile?
Well, that may be part of it, but we can't be certain due to the information blackout. All we know is that it nearly wiped the Hearthsiders out. What seems to have saved them was Asylum's execution. A defensive measure that involved sealing the underground behind a magical barrier.
Almost like the Veil.
Exactly like the Veil.
So the Enclave didn't just hide information from the rest of the Mater, but their own people as well.
Judging from the secrecy and a few of the letters you found, I would guess that high-level officials were paranoid. Clearly, not everyone was in favor of this measure, and some might have wished to thwart it.
I wonder who they were afraid of.
There was enough civilian unrest long after the surge that the Eye was concerned about an uprising. His response? Lock down the channels of information. Still, my guess is the uprising didn't happen, or at least lacked success on a large scale. Otherwise, we would find more evidence of it.
You said the casualties spiked long after the surge. Can you elaborate on what might have caused this?
This is truly the thousand-fairer question. With the information blackout, I can't find a concrete link to the cause across hundreds of pages. Arc hostility could certainly be a factor. Clearly, numerous Weavers were killed by their own defenses. The recorded minutes from other meetings in the war room illustrate a long period of geological instability following the surge as well. Aftershocks and earthquakes, and, well, not to mention the outskirts grew more dangerous each year as the creatures were allowed to breed unculled. But these threats seemed to plateau in the early years after the surge. There is no mention of the spike that resurfaced and prompted asylum.
That's so strange.
It is.
Khan Stanild gave the orders to execute Asylum. Do we know anything else about him?
Judging from the series of letters between him and the commander, it would seem that, at the time, he was recently elected. And judging from the frequency with which he followed up on the commander's progress with Asylum, this defensive measure was a key pillar in his political platform. He seemed to grow increasingly concerned with his popularity among civilians in the most recent letters.
Ugh, isn't that kind of slimy?
Leveraging a security crisis to consolidate political influence? Yes, it's incredibly slimy and effective.
And the commander? Do we know what happened to him?
It would appear that Asylum was executed successfully, so perhaps he is still alive. But until we find the Hearthsiders, we...
It's got to be where the Hearthsiders went, right?
To an undisclosed location.
But it would make sense, wouldn't it?
It can also mean prison. I know everyone wants an easy answer to where they went, but something just doesn't add up. You would think there would be at least one document linking Asylum to the evacuation of the city, and there simply isn't.
This is all interesting.
Further exploration of Denevran is required. But Brynn, there's one more thing.
What is it?
The barrier. It's exactly like the Veil.
Yes, you said that already.
No, what I mean is, the raw magic that off-gasses from the Veil is what causes the tangles to cluster at its base. In speaking with Darm, we theorized that this second barrier could potentially be doing the same thing. Except in a more pressurized...
It's causing the floods of miasma.
We believe so, yes.
So if we removed Asylum's barrier, we could stop the flood.
Possibly.
I guess I need to find a way to...
Agreed.
The architecture of the Evan is simply magnificent.
Check our missions. Now, if I wanted to pull something from him, where's Kodak? Oh, so his chest. We just have to remove the piece of armor on this chest, huh?
That's enough Diane's chorus. Just need to grab those ink caps, and I'll have everything laid as for.
Oh, is it on his shoulders? Yes. Oh. Booyah.
Kinetic magic for your mantle.
That it? Did it all drop? Or just two things? Maybe you get less for, you know. Bye, dog. Bye, dog. How many more mushrooms do I need? Some in that direction.
If I pick up any more of these, I'll have to spend an entire day scrubbing the ink off my hands. Anyway, this should be enough of everything for Lane.
Now we can go down here. New boots. New boot goopin'. Interesting little area. Kinda thought I would lead to more than just one small area. we've pretty much explored the area. So I guess we'll return to camp. Also see about those new legs we found. Maybe they'll be higher armor. Help us out a little, you know? Upgrade this. Booyah. Wonder where we get a Weaver's Grasp Strand.
I brought you a bag full of what looks like Arthur's breakfast.
The ink caps and sprigs of Diane's chorus. Lovely. And Oria didn't have any problems with Watcher's Wisp.
She noticed a pretty immediate improvement. Seems like it worked a treat.
Wonderful. I'll keep on producing the solution for her then. Another project on my to-do list. How delightful.
We're not overloading you, are we?
Quite the opposite. If I only had one thing to think about, I'd be tearing my hair out in frustration. This suits me. For example, since this began, I've been thinking about what else I could do with those glowing plants you collected. Perhaps I could mix up glow-in-the-dark ink, for example. My focus is on utility, though. And one must ask, would glow-in-the-dark ink be helpful? What do you think?
Perhaps it could be used to make maps that you can read by starlight.
I don't know. I read all of my research.
If it were up to me, all my maps would glow in the dark. But I use them differently than you do.
Oh, of course. I hadn't considered that perspective at all.
I don't think, but sometimes it's nice to sit in the dark.
Very true. After all, the idea for enhancing Watcher's Wisp
A tree?
Upon further reflection, I don't think I could possibly make that make sense to you. My point is, as you suggest, nevertheless, I will keep you abreast of any developments, though I think this project may fall by the wayside.
Absolutely. Do you need...
Not right now.
Anytime. as far as the eye can see. The surge clearly hit Denethor hard. Still, what a view.
Don't know how to get over there. What's up, homie? We just fought. Wish I had a glider. That only hurt a little bit. Oh. Bye-bye. God damn it.
Magic for your mantle.
Double binned letter. Make sure there wasn't any loot under him. It was a lot better just going for the strand than actually fighting them too.
Maximilian Arden, founder of the Enclave. Judging by the size of this statue, he certainly wasn't shy about his accomplishments.
Oh, is that who that is?
Are these the embassies? Envoy's Landing, yes.
It wasn't by chance that visiting dignitaries had to walk across the verdant gardens to meet their Enclave counterparts at the Spire. Upper Denevron was designed to impress.
Oh. Oh. Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Oh, I lost it. Oh, that jumped over the edge. Hmm.
That arch should lead you to the lower city.
That thing don't look happy.
A body. Ahead. Outfit looks like our spying friends.
So, it's a uniform.
There's a note in his pouch. New drop. Market Loomgate, it says. But... wait. Under his mask, he's... scorched. Aurea, this looks like the wound on your wing. Only... it's... everywhere.
But there's no tangle there.
Could he have been caught in the flood?
Seems likely. Proof we should take that warning seriously.
I think we should look into that drop his note mentioned.
Especially if it's near a loom gate.
I often heard that as you entered the perch, the bustle of Denevron would begin to crescendo until it peaked in the market.
Dude, how much damage is this guy gonna take? Jesus. Well, I think I took a lot of damage.
An abandoned city like Denevran. It must be full of supplies we could use. Do you think you could maybe grab some things for me?
You know I'm happy to help. What do we need?
I've noticed there are more arcs in the city.
So have I.
The upside is, according to Lane's logs, the ones carrying shields could be scavenged for Rassault. A metal we could use to reinforce all kinds of gear and facilities. A little heat would help in prying it off the arcs.
All right. I'll come back as soon as I have some.
Great. Thanks, Brynn. So, spare a little Rassault for a good cause?
Right here.
Perfect. I was actually thinking it would be good if the nights get pretty cold here, and we could use it.
I'll be back in no time.
Thanks, Brynn.
Strand. Happy to weave that into your mantle.
Yeah, so I guess you probably just get less resources for pulling the strand than you do actually taking it down.
Any luck hunting?
That should be enough for a few blankets and tents.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, no problem.
I'm just thinking, in an unknown climate, we don't know how fast we should stock softwood for warmth. Like, a lot of it.
Oh. Okay. Well,
It's a start, for sure, but we need to be more prepared. Lots of softwood could really save us in a pinch.
Kaz, I've been bringing you all this stuff because I thought it would help you feel better. But honestly, you seem even more anxious now. Are you all right?
No, I'm fine. I really am. I just need to make sure the Weaver Band is okay.
Right. It's just... I'm trying to make sure you're okay.
Please. I really need your help with this.
All right. I guess I'll be back then.
Thanks, Brynn. Come back with it soon.
Odd. Okay. We've strand. Nice. Doing a little Assassin's Creed on this.
The Undergreen. This is where the seediest of deals were done.
Careful! A sledgeworm can throw things over 3 times its size.
Ooh.
we'll get a new strand from that kill.
No, too weak. The only way to strengthen a power is through active harvest.
Oh.
My mentor used to regale me with stories about the Ironwalk after a long day at the smithy.
Artisans, metal workers, and crafters also had stands here, though the smiths were by far the draw for travelers.
Flame sword and shield.
These streets running in parallel are known as the Three Sisters. Many weavers hosteled here.
Broker's Arch, the market loot gate.
There's a small panel here. Struck a vein, as my dad used to say.
Wait, I was half listening. Are you hurt?
Metaphor. Her dad was a miner.
We've got a tally sheet of some sort. Series of numbers below. And a bunch of garbled text below that. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I might.
A dead body and a hidden cache of materials. It sounds like the start of a Skuld's tale.
All we need is a saber conveniently placed on the mantle and we're set.
More seriously, you said you had an idea about that sheet?
Remember that I used to work the trade lanes?
I do.
The dockers always wanted big loads for the cranes. But certain things, like, say, herbs, you'd only ship in small quantities. Over the years, the convoys developed a system where you'd have runners and haulers. Runners would make quick trips and bring small goods to a drop. Haulers would pack the cargo together and make longer hauls to the docks.
You think we're looking at a similar system, then?
Absolutely I do. It's the sheet you found. That's a requisition for a runner if I've ever seen one. And note how it says Scout Group 23 here? That's a lot of groups.
Which means my mysterious observer is part of a large organization.
And an active one.
When you say requisition...
Think of it like an order. Bread, cheese, carrots. But left at the drop for the runner to prioritize before the next gather. It takes forethought. There's necessary lag between the order going out and being filled. But any logistician worth their salt can see a few months ahead and plan accordingly.
How can you be sure the Enclave folks would use similar methods to yours?
It's centuries old. And you don't fix what wasn't broken. Especially in a crisis. And from the state of the capital, they were definitely in crisis.
Do the items they're asking for seem important?
No, I don't think so. Lane thinks the garble at the bottom might be, but not the order itself. They're prioritizing fabricated items over raw goods.
What would that indicate?
At a guess, our Hearthsiders have lost, or were expecting to lose, production capacity and wanted backup parts.
Kaz, I have to ask. How does it feel having this specific piece of information at hand right when we need it?
Why?
Because if we suddenly needed to know about Calnhaven ore export quotas, I would feel pretty special.
How is that a thing you know exactly?
Dad was a miner. A really good one.
Promise you won't tell the others?
I can manage that.
Then yes. Yes, it feels amazing.
What do we do with this information then?
At the bottom of the sheet, there's that series of numbers and letters. Those would represent drop points. I did some digging with Lane, and they're referring to coordinates on a map of the Enclave that was made just before the surge. L7 is part of the capital, see? That's where you found this drop. So, I'm inferring that these other marked coordinates are just as likely to have drops.
I'll check them then.
If nothing else, we could find materials for our own stocks. But I'm hoping there's more.
Maybe where our Hearthsiders are hiding.
Also, Lane was looking over the orders and wanted to talk to you about the writing along the bottom.
More drops, and talk to Lane. Got it.
Go over here and see about crafting. so this one's doing like a whole almost 20 more damage.
You wanted to talk about the supply orders?
Indeed. It's about the gibberish along the bottom. Notice how the writing is in a different hand.
Yes, I can see that.
We're looking at a cipher. Someone sharing encoded notes.
Can you give me a quick rundown on encoding, so I'm sure I'm following?
A favorite topic of mine? Cipher is a blanket term for securing text so that only an intended recipient can read it. They range from reasonably simple swaps of letters to complex changes that require devices or key sheets to solve. But, as notes quickly added to supply orders, the codes we are dealing with were simple by necessity.
What's your background with ciphers, Lane?
There's something of a hobby for me. Specifically, breaking them.
A fan of knowing secrets?
More a fan of information being shared freely. But also, yes, Udean nobility relies on them heavily, and being privy to the dirty laundry of the nobles is advantageous.
You're sure we're dealing with a code and not just doodles?
While possible, it's not likely that someone would scrawl nonsense on the bottom of official orders. Why do so? To practice calligraphy? To refine their writing? Perhaps. But this is decidedly not calligraphy. Ergo, cipher.
Any initial guesses as to what the cipher says?
Hard to say exactly, but what we know is these orders were for Scout Group 23. So let's assume there is an organized group of Hearthsiders arranging these drops. At a guess, this was an unofficial channel of information passed to those in the field.
Information that would be invaluable to us.
Agreed. Why encode text if it's not significant?
Sounds like we have a cipher to break. I'll keep hitting dead drops.
Any code is easier to break with more samples. You can work on it like any other research project.
Did you manage to find enough softwood?
If you need more than this, the Don Brennick Pine preservationists will come for me. Here you go.
Oh, great.
You don't sound as happy as I thought you'd be.
It's just that what I'm realizing is the Weaver Band really needs Drake scales. Like, give or take 90 to be safe.
Wait, 90 Ash Peak Drake scales?
Yeah, not the easiest thing to get, but maybe instead of fighting drakes, you could find one of their nests. I think they shed, right?
Kaz, you know I'd love to spend my days hunting down drakes for you, but 90? What could we possibly need 90 scales for?
Because it's hard to explain, but please, 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 can you trust me? I just really need you to trust me.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Casmin, what's going on? Are we outfitting an army?
Because it's...
Don't you think Brynn's got you pretty well stocked at this point?
But... You're right. I got carried away. Sorry.
It's okay.
Thanks for all your help.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
If you say so. Good work, Brynn. We'll take...
Baby girl is not okay.
Hey, Brynn. Sorry I got carried away with our...
It's okay, Kaz.
Yeah.
Maybe you should take a day to relax.
I don't know how anyone relaxes. What about you?
Me?
Yeah. What do you do to relax?
You know, The forest around the camp is actually pretty nice. When I need to clear my head, I just take a short walk. The sound of rushing water from the brook is lovely. It always brings me peace.
The growl of a calla stalking you in those treks doesn't pull you out of meditation?
Nah, it comes with the territory.
I'll stick to the campsite.
When all else fails, a nap always helps too.
For Ashar, maybe. As a Kashar, I don't need as much sleep as the rest of you.
Sure, but you need some kind of break from time to time, Kasmin.
I'll think about it.
Do you read a lot of...
I do, as a matter of fact. When I can find a transcription.
Any favorites, George?
Eloisa Farthing. She's a local writer back home. No matter where I am in the world, I can curl and it's like I'm home.
That's beautiful.
It is. What about you? Are you much of a reader?
Of course. Nothing better than curling up with a book by the fire.
Huh. Somehow I wouldn't have guessed.
I think it brings me back to my childhood, too. Not a lot happened in my hometown. So I spent a lot of my time reading or listening to stories from travelers and veterans.
Any favorite books?
Ooh, hard to choose. But maybe The Perennial Skirmish by L.M. Saunton. A fictionalized retelling of Carnhaven's fight for independence from the perspective of an Oberon teenager whose parents are lost in the war.
I haven't heard of it. I'll add it to my list. Sola, Lane, and I have something of an informal book club on the go. We can give you recommendations.
Good to know. I'm surprised Dom isn't involved in that too.
He was, but his invitation was rescinded. The three of us would like to maintain a soothing mood during our meetups. He got too excited and spilled red wine on the pages of our first read, so...
Ah. I see.
Alright. How... It says frills. So all the things, the parts that glow? Ooh, land on him. Ooh.
Let it magic for your mantle.
Iron leather.
Should be a drop somewhere around here. Another notice. Drops must be completed and all runners to safety before the next predicted flood.
This confirms they have a way to predict the floods, and some way to stay safe.
Let's stay focused on our runners for now.
Collapsed tunnel. Judging from the size, it could have been a route for Archons.
Yeah, they must shut it out to keep the Archons from coming through, the big ones at least. We need to kill another one of those things. Upgrade to level 3.